call to order this meeting of the Susquehanna Township Board of Commissioners. I would note that all commissioners are here, with the exception of Commissioner Napper, and we're not sure about Commissioner Engel, who was last seen on a golf course in Florida, 77 degrees. So if he logs in, I will make sure that that's noted. I would note that the board did meet in executive session to discuss matters of personnel and real estate. We will now have a pledge of allegiance followed by a moment of silence, and if we could have the pledge led tonight by Desiree Buck, who would please join. Please lead us.
All right. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Great job on leading us in the pledge. The best. All right. We begin with petitions, complaints, suggestions from citizens. Anybody wish to address the board tonight? Ralph? Yes, sir. You could just state your name, your address, and try to limit your comments to 3 minutes, please.
Good evening. My name is Haskell Bernstein at 3486 North 3rd Street. First of all, great to live in the township. My first time in a meeting. I did want to speak about the increase in the trash collection fees, which for those of us who are on the low volume actually doubled. And I know there's inflation, everyone talks about affordability, but doubling is a much bigger increase. And on the one hand, I'm not sure if that program of low volume is no longer around, but if that's the case, how come they gave us smaller containers? So I'm not actually sure how that's going on. So that's really just what I wanted to mention. Thank you.
Okay. If you want to give your information to Leanne Hoffman there, just write your name and phone number on there, and Leanne can get back to you tomorrow, hopefully, and give you some. I mean, Leanne knows these answers by heart for all this time.
Thanks.
But thank you for bringing that to our attention.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Yep. Anybody else wish to address the board? All right. Hearing none, move into approval of minutes from our January 22nd Board of Commissioners regular meeting.
Mr. President, I'd like to move for approval of the minutes from our January 22nd workshop meeting.
Second.
Moved and seconded, Cicero and Valona. Comments, questions, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Reports of committees, Buildings and Grounds, Commissioner Norford.
No report at this time, Mr. President.
Thank you. Budget and Finance, Commissioner Sanderson.
No report, thank you.
Thank you. Works, Commissioner Napper's not here. Carl, I don't know if you had anything?
No, I don't.
All right, thank you. Health and Sanitation.
No report, Mr. President.
Thank you. Admin and Personnel. That's Napper, Engel, and me. And I don't see Fred on yet, right?
No.
Okay, and I have nothing, so no report. Police, Commissioner Engel is not here yet. Commissioner Flown, do you have anything? Thank you. Fire and EMS, Commissioner Cicero.
I guess I'll break the spell here. I do have a short report. I just wanted to pass along that with the major winter storm from a couple of weeks ago that we're still seeing outside, although maybe by next week a lot of it will be melted away. I just wanted to make note that our fire companies, along with the police department and public works, really worked in unison to minimize the impact on the township residents, and that included the firefighters and police officers pushing and shoveling out dozens of stranded citizens, responding to medical calls to clear pathways for EMS, and to allow loved ones to get to the hospital as necessary, and addressing a few frozen pipes in one house that had no heat. And through the storm, our emergency operations office was staffed and both fire companies had 2 fully staffed crews around the clock for the storm and days afterwards. So I just want to thank our responders for all their efforts with the storm and minimizing the impact for our citizens. That concludes my report.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Engelmann. Hey, Fred.
Good evening. No report.
Didn't ask for it.
Oh,
Good job.
Thanks for the info. Planning and zoning, Commissioner Roth.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President. The Planning Commission meeting for January 26th was canceled, but there was a zoning hearing board on the 4th of February. It involved BLM Construction on behalf of the property owner, and they were asking for a variance to construct a home addition that would encroach on the 30-foot minimum front yard setback. It's a corner lot, so the Chatham Way frontage is what they were going to affect. The address is 2021 Continental Drive. It's located in the R2 zone in the 2nd Ward, and that variance was denied. That concludes my report.
All right, thank you very much. School Board, Commissioner Cross.
No report, thank you.
Thank you. Authority, Commissioner Sanderson.
No report, thank you.
Thank you. Shade Tree, Commissioner Cross.
Yes, the next Shade Tree Commission meeting will be on February 19th at 3:30 p.m.
All right. Thank you. Communications, Commissioner Paloma.
Yes, sir. So our new website is live, and shout out to Doug Konos and the rest of the township employees for making that happen. And I'd like to remind the public that we now have a My Account feature where everyone can sign up to customize the viewing experience, sign up for notifications, and get notified by email and or text for our newsletter, township alerts, meetings, calendar, and bids and job postings. So if you'd like to get this on your inbox or phone, just sign up with your email and your phone number, and you will receive these alerts. That ends my report, sir.
All right, thank you. Human Relations, anything, Pam?
No report.
All right, thank you. Parks and Recs, Commissioner Paloma.
Again, thanks Doug for conducting our open house for the 6th Park Master Plan last January 31st. We have about 25 participants between 12 and 2, and we are now in the public comment phase. So on our new website, we have an icon there for the 6th Park Master Plan Concept Plan Public Review, and click on that, and please share your opinions and thoughts by March 1st. We'd love to hear from you. The next meeting of the RAC is scheduled next week, 17th. At 6 p.m. here at the Township Building. That ends my report.
All right, thank you. All right, moving on to bids and agreements. First up is the Veterans Park lot safety surface replacement. Mr. Canals, can you help us out?
I can. I brought props.
Is that a Bible?
Oh, this is the.
That's in the tree.
Thank you, Board. So we have an issue currently at the tot lot at Veterans Park. The poured in place rubber surfacing has developed a hole underneath one of the swings. It's about 3 inches deep, about 6 inches or so in length. In your packet, I have photographs of that. The issue now is, even with us covering it with a safety mat and everything, the hole's not going to get any better. It's not going to go away. I did look at a number of different ways of fixing the issue. The most cost-effective way and a Band-Aid fix would be to patch it. We could do that. But we've already had a lot of water infiltration into this whole system overall. And in the photos I sent also, you'll see that 9 times out of 10, those patches will end up buckling and separating and causing more issues down the road, and we would eventually be in the same situation we are now. The township's fortunate in the fact that we do have some funds available within the Recreation Developers Fund, and it was budgeted within that fund to replace the surfacing for that area this year. And the surfacing is, and what I passed out to you is exactly what poured-in-place surfacing is. It's just a molded form of it now and not separated. So the black layer, the thick layer, is poured by itself. It's the coarse layer. And then this finishing layer is put on top of it. That's where you have a lot of that separation. And if you get water in there and that freeze and thaw, that's where it separates. Now it's all one big piece. They're in about 2x2 tiles. And it gives us the flexibility in the future if we would have issues, we could replace the tile. Years ago, tiles were not effective. They have drastically improved because the way they install these now, they actually compress the tile about 1/8 of an inch when they put them in. So when they release it and release it to the other tiles, it's tight. So when it expands, it's tighter. When it contracts, it's still tight. So you don't have the water infiltration and everything getting underneath it, causing tiles to pop up and everything. And it holds its attenuation and the rubberiness longer than a normal poured-in-place surface. And overall, if you were looking at an entire system, it is more cost-effective with tiles than it is going to a full poured-in-place install overall, with materials at just $71,000 and then installation on top of it would well exceed the last quotes that we got on some of the newer playgrounds were $150,000 just for the poured-in-place system. This one is $78,000 installed. So it's all the surfacing, all the stone base, and the installation. So, any questions?
What's the warranty on these things?
So this product has a 6-year, 100% warranty on labor and product. And then after 6 years, it's a 50% warranty to the life of the product. And that's for warranty, for labor and for material. And a poured-in-place system, you typically get 3 to 5 year warranty at best, and that's just on labor. It's typically not on material.
Can I ask, the expense is pretty, to me, substantial. Is this Veterans Park the only one that has the system that's there now? I was thinking most of the parks is like mulch.
Yeah, majority of them have the wood carpet systems in it. With the amount of traffic that Veteran Park receives, a wood carpet system would be inadequate.
Really?
We'd be replacing it 3 to 4 times a year. We'd have to replace all that wood carpet because.
Whereas at the other parks it's not,
The
because
traffic
I
is
know like a child fell on that, it seemed pretty hard. Whereas the mulch, to me, provides a little bit more give and whatnot.
Not really. By measurement standards, they're identical.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So Doug, like Commissioner Hisbro, I thought the price was high, but could you go back to the warranty part? Because I think that's the delta.
Yeah.
You mentioned 6 years, 100% replacement, and then you mentioned 50% forever.
6 years after.
Okay, so who does the repair work? Do they do their own repair work, or do
Yes.
you have to go to a?
No, if you use them as the installer, that's the warranty that we get. If we would go outside and have a third party do it, then the warranty would be much less. But my goal would be to use them because they know how to install their product.
Okay, so that, I mean, to me, that justifies the higher price.
It's a pretty strong warranty on a surface that's gonna get pounded on daily.
We couldn't just pour some concrete and 6 metal bars in the ground, could we?
In 1960?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not in 2026, I'm
Okay.
And
sorry.
Doug, I noticed it is, you're able to apply or get the contractor and the supplies and installation for the Co-Stars program.
Yes.
So that'll generate a discount as well.
Yeah, it generates a discount and it eliminates a bidding process, which would be difficult in this matter because it is a proprietary product.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion that we accept the contract from Soul Surf Face Tile.
Soft serve.
Close those, close.
Option 3.
I'll second.
Applicable to the developer funds. So,
I'll second that.
Moved in second. Comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
good job, brother.
Next up is Susquehanna Township Police Station renovation. Manager Everett.
Thank you, Mr. President. So after months, well, maybe a little bit longer than months, maybe a year or so, planning and patiently awaiting the phase one of the police department. It's going to be a refreshing of the department, and we know you work tirelessly to protect the community, and it's a good time for your workplace to reflect the elite level of service you provide every single day. So it is a coat of paint and it is a new floor, but it's a long time coming to have a refreshed first floor. So there's two proposals that have been vetted. The first one is for a painting, and the second one is a new flooring for the first floor. And we're looking at the first floor. The basement floor will be coming back to you in the near future to talk about what that might look like. But for now, it's I'm going to say high-end painting, good flooring, and office equipment that probably matches more of what their operations look like today. So with that, looking for your approval for us to move forward on the painting and the flooring.
Motion. I'm sorry, could it be made as one motion for both, or do you want to do them separate?
Well, there's two different contractors, so.
So you should do them both separate.
Motion to adopt,
Painting.
excuse me, painting in the proposal of $35,560.
I'll
Second.
Moved and seconded by Commissioner Rothrock, I think.
Yeah, I have a question.
Comments or questions?
So the $35,560 includes the cost of the new furniture?
No, sir, that would be a separate bid. That we'll be working on that. It's almost done. But in the budget, we did plan on, I think the amount was $150,000 that we built into the budget. So even I think with some office furniture, we'll end up being at par with what we have in the budget. But we'll get that information to you probably at our next meeting. Right, Chief? Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Looking at the contract, attachments to it, it looked like the plan was also including painting the community room in the lower level of this building. Is that included?
That is not correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
The drawing has sort of bars around the areas that were to be painted, and I'm just
think
wondering,
initially,
because we've been talking about rearranging that room, it didn't make sense to me to paint.
exactly.
Okay, thank you.
Initially, there was some conversations about it. They must not have updated the diagram. So, but it's only the first floor. But
This is only the floor, it's not in the basement?
no, sir, the painting and the flooring is only on the first floor,
Okay.
This board.
this floor.
Yeah.
So the entranceway and the whole first floor, which is a lot of the operation. There is some operation downstairs, but we'll be talking about the basement floor in the near future. What that means, moving walls and doing something more extensive.
So I looked at the area today with Chief Martin, and he was indicating that for about a 2-week period, the reception area for the police department will be shared with the municipalities' entranceway, so that
Yes,
properly assigned, go to the other door, I'm assuming.
yes, we have plenty of room. So we look forward to having them here and sharing the space with us.
Any other comments or questions?
So the community room, in the basement is just not being used currently at all, and then we have proposals coming to reconfigure it for the police department. is what I
Correct.
understood.
We're not,
Okay.
yeah, there's a lot of work that has to be and thought put into what that basement floor would look like. So this is just getting the project started by having new flooring and painting. And then we'll get together again and start talking about what the basement will look like.
Okay.
Any other comments on this motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. President, I'll move for approval of the proposal for the flooring of the police station first floor.
Second.
That cost not to exceed $57,039.86.
All right. Moved and seconded. Cicero, and Ilona. Comments or questions? We're gonna take care of Augie, I assume, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next up is the mini split unit for the admin IT unit. Teresa?
Travis, did you want to take that? Or?
No.
Okay. Okay, you looked at like you were excited to. So this one is the replacing the administration IT mini split unit. You walk by it when you're going into the boardroom. It's that looks like a closet, so to speak, and it is kind of a closet, but it houses all of our important IT equipment. And right now, it has a faulty mini split in it, and it's not really cooling correctly. I think we have a fan or something in there. So we really need to get that mini split replaced. So Riverview Mechanical has provided us with a quote. They are our provider, our HVAC provider. And we have a quote for them to install the mini split. And we are asking for your support to get this done well before the heat happens.
I make a motion for the approval of the proposal from Riverview Mechanical for the mini split unit at a cost not to exceed $9,728.92.
Moved by Commissioner
Second.
Cook, seconded by Commissioner Northrup. Comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up are two intermunicipal agreements. First one with Pembroke. Travis, you want to spell out?
Good afternoon, Commissioners. So in front of you is a proposal for an intermunicipal agreement for street sweeping of Pembroke Borough is number one. Of basically $800 a day.
Okay. Somebody put it on the floor for us?
Yeah, I'll move to, we approve that.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Rothrock and Northrup. Comments or questions?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, with the $800, does it, I know it would cover like labor time and whatnot. I assume it covers maintenance expenses, you know, for our use of the truck as well, that there's some formula we use because, you know, it causes wear and tear. I would assume calculations are made that if something goes wrong, you know, it helps cover some of our expenses if we have like a truck breakdown.
It does. Basically what it is, we're gonna be sweeping for a week for them. We just broke our week price down that we had and just kind of made it a daily price just in case we got done a little sooner. Basically, it's gonna be about $4,000 a week to sweep.
Nice.
Yeah, that was gonna be my question. How do we figure 800 and is it gonna cover our rent?
Yes, sir.
We think of license, we said next thing.
Don't start dressing.
Yikes.
Good luck with that, Rocky.
Oh, man. No, I feel sorry for you.
Any other comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And next up is an agreement with Middle Paxton Township.
Yes, sir. So it's the same exact agreement, but for Middle Paxton for $800 a day as well.
Move for approval of the contract with Middle Paxton.
Second.
Moved and seconded by Sanderson. Sorry about that. Comments or questions? Does this, by any appreciable measure, take our equipment out of service or delay?
It's just gonna put one sweeper down basically for a week at each place. Pembroke's gonna wanna do it twice a year. So it's gonna be doing it at the beginning of the year and the end of the year for them. So just take one sweep to each place. And then our one other sweeper plus our spare sweeper to sweep our stuff so our stuff stays ahead.
Because I know we've been pretty aggressive in the past couple of years on, you know, following trash day or every other trash day. Are we going to continue with that kind of?
Yes, sir.
So you're saying 5 days. Do you know it's 5 days or is it they start and give it back when they get done?
No, our operators are doing it. It's 5 days in our
Oh,
office.
so our guys are driving it, okay.
Our sweeper operator is driving our equipment just in their township. The only thing we're gonna have to do is like with Pembroke, ask them to post their streets for us. They'll post one side of the street, we'll sweep one side, and the following day they'll post the other side, we'll sweep that side of the street.
Pembroke is an awful lot smaller in road than Middle Paxton.
It is smaller. Middle Paxton doesn't have to sweep everything, it's just a select few areas.
I think it's a great example of intermunicipal cooperation.
Yeah.
It's really, it's a lot of bang for the buck. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any other comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks, Travis. Next up is ordinances and resolutions, et cetera. First is Susquehanna Union Green. Is that phase 2D? Ralph,
Sir.
and Mac, I just keep forgetting. We have Sans Serif here, and I don't know if it's an 11 or a 2.
Yes, sir, that's a 2.
Okay. 2D.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha.
Good evening, Commissioners. Provided with the agenda is a copy of the final land development plan submitted for Susquehanna Union Green Phase 2D. The purpose of this plan is to construct a little less than 1,200 square foot pavilion and kiosk facility adjacent to the Central Green event lawn. This plan also depicts future commercial buildings for construction as part of Phase 2D in the future. Almost all of the site work associated with this phase has been completed as part of other phases, so if you can see on the plans, you know, the direct parking areas, like that has all been addressed, so it's really just the construction of the kiosk building, and then the future construction of the other commercial buildings as shown on the regulating plan. This project is located in the TND1 Traditional Neighborhood Development Zoning District in the 9th Ward. This plan was reviewed by the Planning Commission. Their meeting on December 22nd of last year. We recommended approval of the plan subject to the following conditions. First of which being address all comments from the township staff memo dated the January 23rd of this year and the engineer's memo dated February 3rd of this year. Provide an operations plan regarding the function of the public kiosk structure to the township prior to the issuance of a building permit. Provide financial security for all applicable public improvements. Provide a revised stormwater O&M agreement. And all building plans shall receive approval from the DRC prior to building permit issuance, so the applicant shall be responsible for all fees associated with DRC review. So 4 of those 5 conditions are standard with the Union Green development. The second condition regarding the operations plan of the kiosk was added after some dialogue with the Planning Commission. I don't have anything else to add beyond that. I know Mr. Barton is here. Should the board have any questions? Thank you.
All right, is there a motion?
Yeah, I move to approve this final.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Comments or questions from the board? So this is going to be an entertainment facility, is that right, Ralph?
I think of it more like a back of house space for the Central Green and the project as a whole. The public interfacing part of the pavilion will be like a concession window in the pavilion building. So when the ice rink is up and running, you could get hot chocolate. When there's events, we could a concession from the window. And the rest, there would also be ADA restrooms, which is a better alternative than porta potties for event usage. And then the third thing is the storage and utility space. So it's really specifically for future ice rink, we need like an electrical panel, a place to place it, a place to store. There's a little bit of equipment and materials and things that the storage space is needed for. So the concept of the pavilion building includes like a roll-up door, similar to the garage door, and then some service doors to get in and out.
Okay,
And
and
then
who
the rest.
staffs and maintains it?
That's part of the O&M plan condition. We discussed it and threw around some informal ideas. Members of the Planning Commission, some of whom are work in this professional space, gave some good suggestions as to what to incorporate in the O&M plan. So what we would like to do is when we prepare the actual building permit documents, to include one of those documents would be an O&M plan that would describe how the doors are locked, when it's open to the public, who's table, chart with a list of responsibilities from the different parties that are involved with the space.
Is this land owned by Union Green Properties or is it by the county? Because there's a tract up there that's, I believe. Bless you.
Right, the park was pre-deeded, so before it was even developed as a park, so that's now public land, belongs to you and all the members of the public. The pavilion is on the private portion of the property, right adjacent to the public park. So that and all those parks, even before they were developed, were pre-deeded. So there's three main parks, the Central Green, which is kind of at the heart of the commercial part of the project, and that is now a county park.
What is the plan in terms of when the restrooms, the public restrooms would be open and closed? Is it just open for events or is it just, certain hours?
Yeah, that's a good question. We discussed this together at the DRC meeting, and I think as we discussed then, plan is still the same, and that discussion had to do with kind of a phased approach. Initially, we proposed to keep the bathrooms locked and then unlocked when it's staffed for an event. So it would not be, you wouldn't be able to show up on a random day and have access to the public restroom in the kiosk. It would really be used the way you would if you had the type of event or crowd that would necessitate like a lineup of portable potties. Instead, we would have the restrooms available there. My preference would be to ease into it. I think it's certainly my first time building a park pavilion, and we're really thinking that we ease into it initially, give it a test run for whether it's an event or for a season, determine what kind of staffing and support system we have around it. Looking ahead to the fully operational version of it, it would be similar to like a park in any vibrant community, which has regular hours, 7 days a week, certain number of hours. There's a full-time janitorial contract. The concession stand is regularly always open. So that's kind of the day one and day X when it's fully operational. In between, not quite sure how fast we ramp up. Not sure. I think my thinking is that we'll get a year of practice under our belts and then kind of go from there and try and figure out how quickly it makes sense to ramp up. I know it sounds a little preliminary, and that's why in discussion we discussed making it a condition of the building permit rather than submitting an O&M plan now that would have to be revised when we had the formal details.
Get some experience.
Mr. Barton, I didn't like your answer. Why wouldn't you just have it open all the time to start off with, and then close it later if that doesn't work out, versus having it only open a little bit and then maybe someday in the future having it open completely?
It's a great point. There are multiple businesses that are open that have 7-day-a-week business hours, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So there already is, for any visitor of the site, we would encourage everyone to please come out and go to Pliables and get a juice. And right now, the Central Green is buried in 11 inches of sleety snow, but when it thaws out, people have been doing it. We encourage you to bring your dog and have a juice, and then you'd be able to use the restroom with the business. So there's no limitation on it now. My thinking is that we open it with the same, when there would be a demand otherwise for a crowd that would involve a porta-john, and I think it would be unfair to tell Pliables that we're hosting an event and inviting members of the public and telling them to use your bathroom, which your staff has to clean. So we're thinking this relieves the pressure on the businesses by having the bathrooms in the pavilion. That's kind of the reason for incorporating them in the pavilion.
And you know what my hobby and exercise is. Okay, and we're always looking for nice, clean, open places. And you have already agreed to put bike racks in at my request, okay? So why not give me a bathroom to use while I got a place to tie up my bicycle?
We had bike racks by Tom Committer's request in 2017, so he beat you to it, but yes, sir. No, I do think that's in the vision is that in day X, when it's operational, that as a member of the community and your hobby, for example, is cycling, that you would be able to say you have a cycling buddies pals that you cycle with, and you know that you can cycle to that point and stop and get a coffee from the concession stand on Sunday mornings and tie up your bike and go from there. So that's the vision for where we want to be.
We've disagreed at other times, so why not tonight?
That's where the best ideas come from.
Thank you, Mr. Martin.
Yes, sir. Debating the possibilities. Thank you.
But then again, when it opens the whole time, the Sunday Pike meeting could be there, right?
If there's a bathroom, Commissioner Fennell.
It's already been 8 years.
Yeah, well, 2014, I think, 12 years if you think about when we did the first sketch.
Wow. Okay, thank you for allowing us to use Tom Committa. That was fantastic, and here we are.
He didn't allow us. He put up with it. No, actually, I think he was very happy with it, but I don't want to put words in Ralph's mouth. But the township engaged Tom Committa.
I know.
I think if not for Tom, if not for members of the township and elected officials, members of the public, we would have less good ideas and less debate over what the outcome should be and how to get there. So everyone I think has a shared vision for how we want it to look when it's done. And everyone's, I'm not working alone, but I have a lot of help from whether it's planning or building or all of the above. Just takes a lot of help to get a community project, all the components of the community project up and running. And so far so good. Several of the phases are either complete or close to complete. And so we're pretty far along the project right now.
It's interesting that maybe 12 years ago. So,
Only 12 years ago?
thereabouts.
When we were a little bit younger.
All right, solicitor, I had called for a motion on the entire plan. Should we address the conditions first?
So your motion, do you have are you proposing changes to the motion?
I'm not.
Or changes to the
Whether or
conditions?
not we approve the conditions first and then the plan.
If nobody's proposing changes to those conditions, you can just wrap that as, that conditional approval into that motion, so it doesn't need to be separate.
Okay. Did it come across that way? So,
Did it come across that way?
yeah, I mean,
Well, I intended my motion to say, subject to the conditions that
Yeah, the way it's
okay.
was written up.
in the agenda.
All right, is that clear?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. Any other comments or questions? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you, Mac.
Thank you.
Staff reports, Township Manager Emerly.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just a couple things. Two things that were in my report I just wanted to highlight. One is just a really big shout out to the website team. I know it looks fantastic, and there was so much work that went into this. We started way back fall, I think, of 25, and Doug championed the whole project. He did a fantastic job. So I just think we need to just like maybe put an exclamation mark on it to not only Doug, Katie, Kathleen, Leanne, Heavenly, Melinda, Mary Kate, anybody?
Katie, Steph, and Scott Meyer.
Scott Meyer. So all of them, I mean, all of us, that team especially worked really hard to make the website look fantastic. So just want to say thank you. Here's the balloons. So, and the next thing I think we mentioned, we did go through the process of an S&P rating, and happy to report the township is a AA stable rating, which is a fantastic rating and shows the strength of the community and the township. And we tapped into several people within our team here to really help us send that message, and that would be Mac Breach, who talked about the economic development, and then Tracy Eisman, who really helped build the information on the financial part. So couldn't have done it without him, so thank you. And then lastly, two things that are not in the report that I just learned the other day. Our codes department has been really hard at work to make sure that we're communicating correctly about a couple things, and one of those things is our new trash ordinance. So they developed a nice hanger. It's a very kind, respectful, hey, did you know hanger? And they're just reminding our residents that the trash ordinance has changed, and so they should need to change too. So far, they've put out 500 hangers. So that's a nice effort for them. In addition, they're walking the streets and reminding individuals that they also need to shovel their sidewalks. So they put about 150 of those out as well. So just wanted to give them a shout out in terms of what they're doing behind the scenes for our community to keep us looking good. That's all I have to report, sir.
All right, thank you. Public safety, police, do you have anything, chief?
I just want to thank Manager Everly and all of you, the board, for the replenishment of the police station. She's a good ship, but she needs some replenishment, so thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Public Works, do you have anything, Travis?
No, sir.
All right, thank you. Engineering?
Board has my report, would be happy to answer any questions.
Good. Solicitor Flowers?
I have nothing, thank you.
Okay. And Parks and Rec, Doug, another bite of the apple?
I'm good today.
You're good today.
Thank you.
You're welcome, thank you. All right, moving on to old business, authorization for a public hearing of the garage and refuse ordinance that Teresa just mentioned, and it would be ordinance 2026-02.
Thank you, sir. We discussed the ordinance at our last meeting and appreciate the input that we've received, and the corrections have been incorporated. And again, the ordinance does align what's inside the contract with what our current ordinance will look like. So we're looking for a motion to approve the advertisement and establishment of a public meeting on February 26th.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded, Delona and Sanderson. Comments, questions?
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
it's a well-constructed document. I did see 5 very minor corrections that could be made. Is it appropriate to bring it tonight to get census, or do I have to wait till the hearing to bring them up?
What do you think?
If you want to vote on if you want to discuss and vote on them now, it would be appropriate. Or if it's also appropriate to do it at the hearing, but if you've got them now, it would be better to do.
Yeah,
Still done.
Just real quick, run through these. In the definition section, the last time this came up, I brought up the definition should be consistent between the two sections. I did note that there are still 2 leaf waste. There's a slight difference between the 2, and township, there's still a difference between the 2. And with legal solicitor here, with township, in the first definition of township, it includes the Board of Commissioners. And in the second definition of township, it does not. I'm kind of thinking we don't really need to include the commissioners, that without it is sufficient, but I think whichever way we go should be the same. I don't know if you have a suggestion on that particular one,
I would suggest taking out the reference to the Board of Commissioners.
which is what okay. On page 3, section 2105A, I would just suggest where it says all refuge and recycling must be contained in the carts, to say in the collection carts, which is consistent with the definition that we use collection carts being defined in the ordinance. In the second set of definitions, I'm just going to note with collection cart and leaf waste, we just need periods at the end of the sentences. Like I said, these are minor things. The last one, or the last 2 comments, is going back to the under definitions on the first page, under word usage. I'm going to suggest that number C is not necessary. The word person includes, because under the actual definitions in both sections, we have a more inclusive definition of person, and so it's kind of, why do we have it under usage, a short definition of person, when we have a more definitive definition in the actual definition? So I'm just raising that because it seems like we have it defined all over the place. Would you agree with that, to take it out of the usage, that doesn't make sense, as we have it actually defined in the actual definitions?
Yeah, that organization is that word usage section is an old formatting.
That's what I thought, yeah. It was just
that isn't-
kind of missed. And the last one, I'm just going to make a suggestion in the word usage that we include, and we have this in other ordinances for the word shall, that it, throughout, it means mandatory in all instances when it's used, because it is used quite a bit. As the township manager knows, Teresa knows, from my perspective, and there's court cases and legal writings that shall is not plain English, but I would feel more comfortable if we actually define the usage of shall to make it clear that we are referring to it as a mandatory definition whenever it is used in the document to try to alleviate any misinterpretations. That's the last comment I would have.
I had an additional comment. Section 20-105 appears twice. First as pre-collection practices, and then the next section is also 20-105 collection practices. You can either renumber it and renumber everything after it, or if it's easier to do 20-105.1, I mean, however, but they're two distinct sections.
Is that acceptable, Brett?
That's acceptable. If you want to vote on those changes, that'd be appropriate to ensure everybody's comfortable with them.
I guess what we could just do the motion, incorporate those proposed changes, and then vote on it that way. Okay. Who made the motion? Did we make a motion? Yeah, we made
Who made the motion?
Commissioner Fielana.
So you okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
we moved to, this,
Adopting, I suggest.
We already have a motion on the table, so we gotta get that on, right?
No, modify them.
Hey, just modifying your
I
motion.
follow our solicitor.
I'm comfortable with him modifying the motion
Okay.
to include the revisions.
yes, I move to modify the motion to incorporate all the changes
The
mentioned
words,
by Commissioner Hisser and Commissioner
I second that.
Moved and seconded.
I actually second the motion, so,
Okay.
so I would concur with the.
Actually,
Do we need to
Commissioner
vote on that now,
Sanderson
too?
seconded the motion.
Oh,
Who did?
Commissioner Sanderson.
Oh, whoops.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. Comments or questions? All in favor?
aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right. Thank you, Carl. You're thorough.
Yeah. Are there any more I's that are not dotted or T's crossed? Pam,
Thou
you see
shalt
any?
not. Okay.
You can tell Pam and I are lawyers.
It shall be changed.
Will be changed, but that's beside the point.
Maybe. All right, new business. We have new hire possibilities here. One is a motion to approve offer of employment to Desiree Buck as Director of HR with a starting date of February 23rd, 2026.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. Comments or questions? Did a bang-up job on the Pledge of Allegiance. so,
Thanks. I was practicing.
All right, no other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations, Will.
Thank you.
Next up is a motion to approve the offer of employment to Owen McNamara as Accounts Receivable Specialist with a starting date of February 23rd, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Comments or questions? We didn't do the pledge, but maybe someday. Okay. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, consent agenda. We have probably 5 items. One of them is a big one. First is approved statement of bills for January 2026. Second is approved financial security adjustment number 1 in the amount of $1,650 for 525 North Purvis Avenue. Based on our engineer's observations of work completed, they recommend the financial security be released in full. Just so I understand, what's that company or address?
Ridgeway Church there.
Church,
Yeah, right across.
Community Church?
Yeah, right across from the high school.
Okay. Next up is the approved financial security adjustment number 1 in the amount of $712,919 for Chick-fil-A 2009 Dotson Court, based on HRG's observation. The remaining financial security is $21,845. Next is approved financial security adjustment number 1 in the amount of $13,860 for Chick-fil-A, based on HRG's observations. The security can be released in full, or is it shall be, Alex?
I would say, please.
Okay. Next up,
Discretion of the board.
next up is ratify the approval to advertise the selling of 5 vehicles on municipal bid, and they are, and these are all approving municipal final bids for various vehicles. A 2010 Ford Fusion with a reserve of 2,000 sold to Richard Kirschner for $2,900. 2016 Explorer with a reserve of 2,000 sold to Bethany Peterson for $3,350. Next up is the 2018 Ford Explorer with a reserve of 2,000 sold to Bethany Peterson for $3,201. Next up is the 2015 Ford Explorer reserve of $4,500 sold to Matthew Rogers for $5,000. And finally, 2017 Ford Explorer with a reserve of 2,000 sold to Robert Kidd for $3,753. The chair will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Motion to approve. Second.
Moved and seconded. Comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Commissioner comments, do we have any?
Just welcome aboard to the new folks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Motion to adjourn.
Moved and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We are out of here.